Hi there, plant-based pals. Welcome back to Physician in the Kitchen. I'm your host, Dr. Monique, a board-certified family physician and founder of the brand Physician in the Kitchen. My passion is helping people discover, cook, and eat delicious plant-based foods without impacting their hectic schedules. And my mission is to fix America's health one plate at a time. Today, we're going to talk about a four-letter word that starts with the letter S, salt. Now, salt often gets a bad rap, but when used correctly, it is a much needed seasoning. They say variety is the spice of life, and when it comes to salt, nothing could be more true. Did you know that there are at least 10 different types of salt? But don't worry, today we're only going to be discussing a few. Before I do that though, don't forget to click the like button, hit subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on any of our plant-powered content. Salt has been around since 6000 BC and is well known for its preservative and flavoring properties. For example, salty is one of the 5 known tastes, along with sweet, sour, bitter, and umami. The chemical name for salt is sodium chloride, 2 minerals which the body needs to function properly. Salt plays a role in blood pressure control, fluid balance, and nerve and muscle function, just to name a few. But too much salt can cause problems. The recommended daily amount is right around 2,300 milligrams per day, or 1 little teaspoon. But since too much salt can cause swelling, people who have a weak heart or kidney or liver problems really need to talk to their doctor about what's recommended for them, because excess salt can aggravate these chronic conditions. Also, too much salt can raise blood pressure, which is a major risk factor for stroke and heart attack. Now, the types of salt I will be discussing in this video include table salt, kosher salt, sea salt, Himalayan pink salt, black salt, and flaky salt. Table salt is the most commonly used salt, has the smallest crystals, and is the cheapest available. Table salt is highly processed and has other minerals often removed during the processing. And it usually contains agents to keep it from clumping or caking. Unless the recipe specifies, table salt is the salt that's usually used in recipes. Because it dissolves easily, it's often used in baking or to salt water to make pasta. Despite its name, kosher salt is not in and of itself actually kosher. It's called that because it's used in the koshering process to make meats kosher. Due to its large crystals, it draws out moisture fairly quickly, which is part of the koshering process. It can also be used to draw moisture out of vegetables such as eggplant or red onions. Kosher salt has larger grains and tends to have a milder or cleaner flavor as compared to table salt, which makes it in turn great for savory cooking. It's generally preferred by chefs because its coarse texture makes it easy to control the amount of salt being used and doesn't melt as easily like table salt does. Keep in mind that kosher salt is fairly highly processed as well. Here's a healthy tip. Not all salt is created equally. A teaspoon of table salt is not the same as a teaspoon of kosher salt. Because of the larger granules of kosher salt, a teaspoon actually contains less sodium, about 1,800 milligrams, than does a teaspoon of table salt, which contains just over 2,300 milligrams. Sea salt is harvested from evaporated seawater, comes in various textures, from fine to coarse, and retains many of the minerals found in seawater. Sea salt is versatile and can be used in cooking, baking, or simply as a finishing touch on your favorite dishes. This salt is the least processed, if at all, and retains more of its natural minerals, including sodium, chloride, magnesium, calcium, potassium, iodine, iron, zinc, and selenium. Despite its name, this salt actually comes from Pakistan and is prized for its beautiful pink hue and trace mineral content. It adds a subtle, nuanced flavor to dishes and is perfect for seasoning veggies or sprinkling over a salad as a finishing salt. Himalayan salt is rich in minerals as it contains over 80 trace minerals, including potassium, magnesium, and calcium, which are often stripped from processed table salt. However, other claims of health benefits, such as Himalayan salt being healthier because it's lower in sodium, have not been proved scientifically. Per teaspoon, Himalayan salt contains only about 100 milligrams less of sodium than does table salt. Black salt, also known as black lava salt or kala namak, comes from India and is a favorite among vegans for adding an eggy flavor to tofu scrambles, salads, and other plant-based dishes. Black salt is best used as a finishing salt or added toward the end of cooking to preserve its unique flavor. Compared to other salts, black salt contains antioxidants and sulfur, potassium, calcium, and iron, and has lower levels of sodium. Black salt may be helpful for digestive issues such as heartburn and gas. It may also act as a natural blood thinner and may slightly lower blood pressure and blood sugar. Because of the potassium it contains, black salt may also help ease muscle cramps. But remember, at the end of the day, it's still salt and must be used in moderation. Using it too often may contribute to kidney stones. Flaky salt has a delicate pyramid-shaped crystal structure and a subtle crunch. It is also made from the evaporation of seawater. Due to its unique shape and texture, it is perfect for finishing off dishes like avocado toast, roasted vegetables, or even desserts like chocolate or caramel, and gives your food that professional look at home. It is also the most expensive out of all the salts we've discussed today. Doctor's orders. Just like there are many different types of salt available, there are also a lot of names for salt that's found in food labels. While you may not cook with or add a lot of salt to your food, if you use processed foods, chances are you're getting a lot more salt per day than you may want or need because it is used as a preservative. Be sure to always read your ingredient labels carefully if you're looking to avoid or limit your salt intake. Quick tip. If the word sodium appears in the ingredient, that means it contains salt. Here's a list of ingredients that contain sodium. For vegans, they may want to know the source of the sodium compound or additive because some may actually come from animal sources, such as sodium caseinate, which is derived from cow's milk, monosodium glutamate or MSG, some of which may be produced using animal-derived ingredients or processes, or sodium lactate, which is derived from lactic acid, which can come from dairy products, something else that vegans would want to avoid. Be aware that table salt that is labeled as iodized salt may not be vegan either. Iodine is a mineral that is added to prevent iodine deficiency. However, the iodine used in iodized salt is often derived from animal sources such as fish. For more information on how to decipher food labels, be sure to check out my video on how to read food labels. So there you have a partial list of salts that are available on the market for you to try and experiment with. You just may discover new uses and new favorites. But remember, any type of salt should be used in moderation, and if you have any chronic medical condition such as high blood pressure, kidney disease, heart disease, liver disease, or diabetes, be sure to talk to your doctor to ask how much, if any, salt you should be eating. Instead, explore salt-free ways to enhance the flavor of your food by using more spices and fresh herbs and less salt content overall. Remember, if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, hit subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on any of our upcoming videos. Until next time, I'm Dr. Monique, the physician in the kitchen, telling you to keep it 100, plant-based that is. See you in the kitchen. Eat well.